Going back to another live show that we got today. This is breaking news. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, if your first time to live, my name is Arnold Lewis. I help athletes prepare mentally for a life of overseas basketball. Because you have to prepare your mind mentally for this game, especially when cases like this happen. Now, the theme of this topic today, or the whole thing that we're covering today, is three players from the Partizan's team in Euro Cup got into a brawl outside of a nightclub. I found the article. We're going to get into the article. We're going to type into all that. We're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk about it a little bit, what exactly happened. And we have to touch on the topic of what athletes really go through overseas. And I actually have a particular story of something quite like this. It's always some type of situation like this that's going to happen. If you play the game long enough, a situation like this is going to happen. But it just depends on how adequately you protect yourself and understand where you at. You have to understand where you at. It can't just be all rose pickings. I'm in another country, I'm chilling. You have to understand people are envious of you. We're talking about three professional EuroLeague players. EuroLeague. Partizans. If you're unfamiliar with the team Partizans, they are part of the EuroLeague. I'm pretty sure they're part of the EuroLeague. I pull up a article. I pull up an article that I found online. Partizans confirms players involved in street brawl after alleged racial abuse. After alleged racial abuse, Partizan confirms players involved in a street brawl. A street brawl. Three Partizan players were involved in a street fight in Belgrade after allegedly defending themselves against racial insults and harassments. So they were being harassed. Three Partizan players were involved in a street fight in Belgrade after allegedly defending themselves against racial insults and harassments. The club confirmed the incident and pledged cooperation with the authorities while handling internal discipline. Internal discipline? Wow. So these guys are gonna some things is gonna happen. Internal discipline, that means you either getting a fine, that either something's gonna happen. The fact that it made news, basket news, I'm familiar with this site. But it just goes to show, bro, when you're going overseas and you playing, like things like this gonna happen. Now the fact that they said that the club, I'm gonna break this down. See, there's little things and nuances that you might not know. The fact that the club confirmed the incident right there, boom. Once they said the club confirmed the incident, that means they probably were in their city. Is Partizan in Belgrade? I'm gonna Google that. Is the team Partizan in Belgrade? Yes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew the team. I knew the players had to be in their city. They're locals. What up, hey Will? We talk about, hey man, that's all I do is give out advice. We're sitting here talking about giving out advice on how you can handle yourself when you go over here, and these folks want to try you. But I knew they was in their city, because if the club is helping, they basically putting out a statement saying that they confirm that these players were being harassed. Now, the only way you get that type of treatment is if you're in your home city. They know you. You've been out there before. The club, the bouncers know you. They all know you. They know you, so they're gonna rock with you. So they're gonna give you some leeway that you probably get in for free. That's why they put. That's why it's in the article. The club confirmed the incident. They had to have a source. They had to have a source that was credible. I just got back home to Florida and I'm hunting the opportunities, man. Hey, boy, welcome to being the life of a pro athlete, hunting for opportunities. And guess what? It doesn't ever end. Looking for an opportunity to play this game is never ending. You think after, I used to say, think about this. I won 7 championships, all-time leading scorer in Chile, all-time leading scorer in finals, all-time leading scorer in points by imports, and all-time leading for most points in a single game. And I was out of job for about 4 or 5 months. Now, credit that is also because at some point you got to start going for what you're worth and upgrading. If you don't stop taking lower ending gigs, you're going to always be in that tier. You're always trying to get out of that type of tier to get to another level. This, man, I wish there was like a scale so people could understand like the levels you got to go through. The levels you got to go through just to be able to make it and stay as a pro for a while. The levels you got to do, like the grinding and the finding out, because looking for a job, if that's the hardest issue or problem you got right now, you're in a good place. You're in a good place because you get to train, you get to work, you get to work out, you get to stay active. However, the reason I say that is because life is going to hit. On your journey of trying to be a pro, life is still there. You're still going to need to eat. I don't know what your living situation is, who you stay with. You still going to have to pay bills. You still got regular life. And if you're in the process of in a hunt for a job, that means those bills come quick. Those bills come fast, and you need that job so you can get this money. And that's one of the things I like to talk about a lot is just try to get yourself established before going to try to play professional overseas. Get established with someone like at a job, a warehouse job or something. I don't know what it is. Whatever you do, get someplace where you can always come back so when you come back home, your money don't ever stop flowing. That's one thing I wish somebody would have told me. Don't ever stop the inflow of money. I was a substitute teacher. I worked at Walmart. I worked odd jobs. Don't have so much pride to think just because I play basketball, I can just sit back and not let the money flow in. I was in that point. And I was like, nah, once you reach a certain criteria, when you're making 100,000 a season, 200,000, some guys getting 40, 50,000 a month, that is a different level, but there's far and few that ever reach that level. It's far and few. And I try to get guys to understand the other aspect of the game. The other aspect of the game is you have a beautiful amount of time to get yourself to enjoy the game of basketball, but also use that to be able to excel your life. Nobody is going to play professional their entire life. If you really think about it, if you're lucky, I don't even know how much. I don't know the statistical data, but I know it's far and few of players that actually make it playing 10 years of this game professionally. It's got to be like 0.00 or it's got to be less than 1%. So you got a less than 1% chance of making it 10 years. Think about that for a second. You got a less than 1% chance of making it 10 years playing professionally. So even if you make it to 10 years, that's still, on the average person live 70. So if you got a 1% chance of making it 10 years, that's only a fraction of your life. But with basketball, what you doing playing basketball overseas, and the free time that you got allows you to use that time to do something that you love to do, which is hooping, get paid for it, use that money to generate something else. And that was a part of the game I just did not understand, that I'm still in the process. Because guess what? It takes time. It takes time to build something else if you're not focused on it, if you're not thinking about it, if no one ever just told you about, hey, yo, like you should have a job when you get back home. If you're coming out your first time out of school trying to pursue this pro lifestyle, you need to have a job when you get back done playing. You have to have some type of job set up. You have to be making money in the summer. You have to be keeping the money flowing in. When you're playing, when you're in season, you have to be working on something else. I know one of my teammates, he played for maybe 4 years, 5 years. He ended up getting a job being like an adjuster. He's getting paid $15,000, $16,000 a month. Three times as much a month that he was getting paid since he was playing basketball. The highest amount of basketball he's playing, he's making 3 times that much being like an insurance adjuster or something like that. The point is, he used the time that he was here playing basketball to pick up another skill because he got the time. You got to think about it. Most people who are trying to pursue a job or a career or whatever, or do something better, you're going to need time to study. You're going to need times like those. You have to take those tests or whatever. Most things you need time to study and devote to that time. What you going to do that when you're giving 8 hours to a job? And you got to go train. Trying to find some runs to get in to keep the game right. You just want to focus on the game. The point and the truth is, you got to get to a certain point to where you can only focus on the game. But if you come into the game before that, if you're constantly working, if you work on your money inflow before you get to playing basketball and realize like the money that I'm making from basketball is just going to be like the extra that I use to jumpstart my life, because the biggest quality of playing professional basketball is the free time you have. It ain't the women, it ain't the fame, all that. It's the free time you have to create a life for yourself, create an opportunity for yourself, and you get all the extras on top of it of, playing in front of crowds and going to different countries and seeing different wonders. Went to Brazil like 3 times. I loved it. It was amazing. I had an amazing experience because I have worked to a certain amount of time, or I devoted my time to this game, that I'm able to reap the benefits from that. I probably could have went to Brazil sometimes or whatever, but when I was off and had to work, like if I was working a regular job, I'm not just taking off and going to Brazil. How hard would that be? I went 3 times. Loved it each time. Food was amazing. City was amazing. People was amazing. Energy, amazing. And I got to go play some basketball, high-level basketball while I was at it. I got to go to Rio and see the Jesus thing. Like all these types of things is one of the blessings. It's going to take you around the world. It's going to take you wherever you need to go. But you can't fall to the thought process of thinking, I still need to be bringing some money in. I still need to be making some money. I was 10 years in and broke. And I'm not talking about just like $1,000, $2,000 broke. I'm talking about $25 broke. 10 years. 10 years. $25 in my checking account. No car broke down, can't do nothing. Do you understand that pride will get you nowhere? If you want to look, I would say the best place to go is Instagram, bro. Here's the tip: Instagram. Go to Instagram. I know you're here on TikTok. I'm still getting used to TikTok. Still kind of used to it. I just like to go live on it more than I like to go on Instagram because Instagram live is kind of whack. I am on live on YouTube right now as well. I rock with YouTube. That's my main platform that I'm really building. However, if you want to find people to get your name out there, my Instagram is 34. So it's basically at THR, the number 3, E, the number 4. I don't believe I got it into my. I don't believe I got it. If you click on the link in this TikTok, it'll take you to my Instagram page for the TikTok. I mean for this Instagram page. In the description, you're gonna see pro basketball player. That's my IG. I know it's kind of like you gotta go down a little rabbit hole or whatever, but like I said, I mainly be on YouTube. I do post a lot on IG, and the best place to go is on IG. If you are looking, I put this in my course. So I wrote the book, 6 Must-Have Traits to Become an Overseas Basketball Player, because people would just never really understand, like, to make it, it's just a mindset. And I have to show you the mindset before anything else, because you have to have a certain mindset to do the certain things, to be able to have the life and let it take care and do all the other stuff. Straight up, bro. That's what I'm here for. Transparency, be real. This is how it is. You know why? Because nobody told me. Nobody ever told me nothing. Nobody said, you know what, you need to go get a job when you're at home and keep that money flowing in. Matter of fact, instead of just being on 2K, I'm not saying you can't be on 2K chilling on the game on duty. I used to be that. This is how I used to be the same way. And I thought about it. What was I doing for my first 9 to 10 years? I would say 9 to 10 years. I was hooping and playing 2K, going home, spending all my bread. Hoop, on the game, go home, splurge, do it again, start all over. And it's a continuous cycle. And guess what? It doesn't really matter how much money you make if you have the same habit. Because once I made 3-4 times what I was making when I was a rookie, I still had the same habits. So I was still blowing through all my bread. So it's like until I changed my mindset, my what I was thinking, what I was doing, nothing changed. I was still, that's how I ended up 10 years with like $25 in my pocket, because I just was broke because I didn't change my habits. I didn't pick up a book about budgeting and reading. I need to write that book. I'm gonna write a book about how to manage your money as a basketball player. I need to, because that has helped me. And you will be surprised. You will be surprised at how many people do not change their habits because they think I'm making more money, so I'm good. I'm able to take care of more of the stuff that I'm able to take care of because I'm good. So, who you say will becoming an R&B a good day job? I would know. I would know. I have absolutely no idea about indie rock and being a musician. I would have no idea. Side note, one thing I am finna pick up with all this free time I'm doing is I will learn how to play a saxophone. That is one of my bucket list things. I'm learning French. I want to learn Chinese, Portuguese. I'm learning French. I want to learn my native language, Creole. That's why I'm learning French first. And one of the other things that I want to do is I want to play the saxophone. All the time that I have, to come on here and chop it up with you guys and explain certain these things and all that is because I got this free time and I want to play the saxophone. I used to play piano when I was a kid, but saxophone. Keep the money flowing. That's what I would say, bro. Keep the money flowing. I promise you, if you get your money in order before you start playing, it will just free your mind. But back to what you were saying, go on Instagram. If you want to know how to contact coaches, you got to go on Instagram. Go on Instagram, follow basketball players. Follow their agents, because the agents are going to post their players, what they do. Follow the agents. Follow as much agent pages. There are a lot of agent pages that are up because agents understand now I got to promote my players, and they promote them on Instagram. Once you go to the agents players, follow as much agent players that you can follow. Some, wherever you're at, it depends on what area you want to be in. Once you see that, like, there's some agents who only focus on Asia. Some agents are only catered to South America. They can give you, most of them can give you jobs in South America. Look at the players. Like, you have to do some research. Yeah, you can. It's starting out in the beginning. Is it better for you? Probably not, because you don't really have a background. If you want to represent yourself, you can. You can represent yourself. A lot of guys do once they're already in the mix. For me, I started off with an agent, get your foot in the door, probably get you into a different area, a different league, or something like that. And once you get into a different league and you've proven yourself, you have to prove yourself to a point where they have to have you back. They gotta have you back. You gotta, once you get your opportunity, kill it. You have to kill it. This is not a game of mediocrity. I have to be real. The game, the overseas basketball is not a game of mediocrity. Once you get your opportunity, you have the ball. You have to show them what you got. You have to put up a dub. Your first, to get your foot in the door, because this is the levels to it. First, you're going to be in probably a lower league where you need to score a lot of points. You have to score. And then once you get to a better league, you don't have to score that much. You could average 10 on a great team or be a good player averaging 10 to 12. The average amount of points that a player averaged in Argentina amongst imports for like the last 10 years is about 11 points. That is a really good player. I'm averaging 11 and 6 on a second place team because we got 7 people averaging 10 to 11 points. I never played in Europe. I played in Asia, and I played majority of my career in South America. So in those areas, if you pick up the book, it's in the course. I literally give you a format of what you can just literally write to. I literally put in the course, because once you get the book, it's going to ask you, do you want a course with it? In the course, I really just break it down. I pretty much, once you buy it, they're going to ask you, do you want to get this course with it? It's going to come with an audiobook for free. Once you upgrade and get the course, it's going to give you an audiobook. With the audiobook, it's like exclusive me and my boy, who's also a 10, 12-year player. We're sitting here breaking down every aspect of the book, just like how I'm talking to you right now. It's different from once you hear somebody, just like I got somebody record the book and they did it. But once you hear, like when you hear me and my boy chopping it up, and you could actually feel like the energy that we have because of the situation. Because we went to college together, 2008, graduated. We've been best friends 16, 17 years, and he's still playing professional right now. And we just chop it up and talk about each situation. But what comes in the course, I really go even deeper. I even give you a layout. I say, look, this is how you contact coaches. I think I need to go in there, update it, and put an Instagram one, because it's mainly focused on like contacting players in Facebook. Facebook, still don't sleep on Facebook. Don't sleep on Facebook. It still applies. But take the same thing and just put it on Instagram. I say, this is what you do. This is how you reach out to players like me. Because this is where most guys don't. I would say the generation now, and it's no knock because no one is telling you how do you speak to a guy who's been playing basketball all this time, because you got to think about it. Our Instagrams and things like that, we're just getting hate. Not even hate, but we're just getting a bunch of like random fans and people, how much money you make, and trolls and things like that, and da da da. So it's really, you're selective about the people who's just trying to talk to you as anybody and with some type of status. It's like, I can't just call up the CEO of McDonald's. You have to have, like, however, thanks to social media, you can go and chop it up with people, but this is how you get a response. This is how you would get a response from me. You know what I mean? Show love. Come with a different way of talking to the player. Hey, I've been following you. I really appreciate the information that you are giving. I thank you. And I have aspects of being a pro one day. And you are mentoring me through what I see on Instagram and how you are as a professional. If you have a moment, anytime, I know your schedule is busy playing pro and all that. Do you mind answering a few questions for me? I'm just trying to figure out my way. I guarantee you're going to get a response. I guarantee. I put it in there. When I put it in, I know it was some heat. I know it's some heat. I know it's in there. I know for a fact that whatever I wrote in there, you're going to get a response from that, because I know how these players think. I am one of them. I know how they think. I know how they move. And I just know this is how you reach out. This is the whole purpose of the book. It makes you think different, think outside the box compared to everybody else. How to maneuver so you can ultimately get to where you need. That's a part of being a pro, is knowing how to maneuver and communicate and promote yourself and have communication skills and speaking to other people. How do you approach yourself? How do you brand yourself? How do you talk and get your way? Because I know some players who was trash. But they know how to talk and talk themselves into some contracts, talk themselves into some deals. You got to be able to talk and chat and know how to communicate to get the job. That's part of it as well. Now, when you get there, your game needs to back it up. When you get your moment, make sure you kill your moment. We went on a whole rant. Bro got me on a whole rant. We got to get back. Getting back to, now I found this article, and I'm going to the article. And this is where it gets interesting. All right? It says, I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to read the article. It is Basket News. They say, this is published today, yesterday, May 5th, 6 o'clock. 3 Partizan players were involved in a street fight in Belgrade after allegedly defending themselves against racial insults and harassments. The club confirmed the incident and pledged cooperation with authorities while handling internal disciplines. Meaning, hint, hint, the team is going to fine them for getting into a brawl, probably getting into the news, probably anytime you bring unwanted press to a team, that's just not good. That's not going to help you out. That's probably going to get you. Now, teams like Partizan, big Euro Cup teams, stuff like that, they probably got contracts and clauses. If you do stuff, you will get fined. The way you hurt anybody and make them, you hurt somebody, you tap their pockets. You want to hurt somebody, you tap their pockets. In the early hours of Monday morning, them boys was out on a Sunday. That's how I get down in Belgrade. You got to think about it. Pay attention to the days now. On a Sunday, them boys is out. They must have probably just got out of the game, won the game. We at home, feeling good. Let's go slide out. That's exactly what they was thinking. In the early hours of Monday morning, the boys is out on a Sunday. Hey, hey, those boys is out on a Sunday. All right. I hope y'all boys went to church that morning at least. Come on, my boy. Man. An altercation involving 7 Partizan Mozart band players broke out near a popular Belgrade nightclub, leaving one person seriously injured and 2 others with minor injuries. Who were the people that got beat up? Leaving one person seriously injured. They're not saying who got injured. I guarantee it was probably one of those fans, probably from an opposite team. Over there, man, they like those Euro Cup and Euro League teams, the fans just be like the level of love and hatred like these fans have for their team is just astronomical. They take it too far. Like at the end of the day, I always say I came here to play basketball. You know, like I may have a good relationship with the team, maybe with the city, but at the end of the day, I'm leaving my home, leaving my daughter to come play basketball for a check. I'm enjoying a new culture, a new area, a new country to enjoy my life, not to bring stress in the fight. If I decide to step out, I'm not going out here to show you how tough I am or for you to have an ego trip and prove how tough you are. Understand when you get out here, I'm mainly speaking to the black basketball players. Understand almost all the places you go to, they are going to look at you sideways and look at you as if, you know, they're envious of you. That's the whole purpose of what I'm trying to say. They're envious of you. So you have to pay attention to that. You can't act as if this is not where you're from, because this ain't where you're from. I done seen some guys where I go when I went out before in the past, and they come to a different country and act like this is still America or something. Like I can act tough. You're not in your hood. Nobody cares how tough you are when you're outnumbered by 2,000 natives or locals, not natives, locals. You feel me? Or you're in a club and they got them and their boys and their cousins and their friends, and it's just you and three players. But as I said earlier, I knew them boys was at home, because if the club is backing you up, you're at home. You're definitely at home. And the club people know you. The club has since confirmed that 3 of its players were caught in the incident and issued a statement condemning the circumstances leading to the violence. According to the Partizan official release, the athletes were subjected to racial abuse by a group of men. Meanwhile, the women accompanying them were verbally harassed with degrading slurs simply for being in the company of men with darker skin tones. The verbal incident escalated when the same group of reportedly waited for the players outside of the club and initiated a physical attack. The Partizan players fought back in self-defense. The incident occurred following Partizan's win over Mega in the ABA League Derby on Sunday evening. I knew it. I called it out before I didn't even read this article, but I knew it. What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say? There's a video circulating on social media showing one of the Partizan players striking a man in the head with a bottle during the fight. I didn't know this. Let me see. I have to see the video. Hey. Oh my God. Wow. Oh Lord. They got vicious. Somebody posted it on, I have no idea. It's on Twitter, but X, whatever. It's on X. X has the most wild, craziest things imaginable. I don't know what happened to my live on, I'm about to say, I don't know what happened to my live. I'm gonna watch that video one more time. So basically, I'm gonna explain the video what's happening. So first, didn't I say that's what happened? I said that's what happened. I said the boys probably had a good win. They went out to celebrate. They had some females with them, and the fans was mad. Now, I got a good story. See, not only did you win the game, but you had some women with them. So you're gonna beat us, and you got some white women with you. According to the Partizan official release, the athletes were subjected to racial abuse by a group of men, while the women accompanying them were verbally harassed with degrading slurs simply for being in the company of the men with darker skin tones. Translation: we out here with some white women chilling, just got off a dub from winning the game, and we got some haters over there mad because we got some bad, what they call it, fine-ish, some fine Jones with us. You say Jones from where I'm at. Basically, that's all it is. We got some, we just want, I called it, they got to win. We got us a good win. We went out. We got us some women, they choosing, the women choosing on them. That's all it is, the women choosing on them. They got the dub, they feeling good. Here comes some haters. Oh, you going to win and you going to take out women? How? How am I taking? They chose up. They chose up. Now the women bad. Now we got to degrade the women that's with you. Now we degrade our own women because they with y'all. Simply for being in the company. Just for being in the company. So just because we chilling. You were this, and that. You this, and that. Simply for chilling. I can't feel good for going and getting the dub. You mad because they chose us. I'm sorry that you are a regular. And based on this video, the guy looks pretty. Looks like all he do is drink brews all day, be chilling, don't hit the gym. He don't look like he hit the gym at all. Now the video is kind of vicious. I don't know if I should. I'm not gonna show it. For sure not gonna show it, but I will watch it one more time. One of the players just got a bottle, cracked him over the head with the bottle, knocked him out, stumbled, hit the ground. Two of his boys tried to sneak him. They ran down on him. Like 4 more people just ran up. 4 more white dudes. Dang! Oh my God. Another person came with a bottle and just literally, it exploded on this dude's forehead. He got a bald head too. He cracked him in his bald head. Hey, I'm sorry, but when you got that bald head, any hit fracture, any hit across the head hurt extra. I know it hurt extra. He cracked him dead across the head with a bottle. And he got a bald head. Went down immediately. Oh, he looked like he bleeding. And hit him again. I don't promote violence. I do promote defending yourself. I always say these muscles is for looking good. But don't try them. Don't try them. The altercation took place on, I don't know how to say that, Krangolska Street at 4 a.m. Police were notified at 5:30. Emergency services responded to the scene where the individuals identified as MK, NJ, and JK were injured, with JK sustaining serious injuries. So they're being very tedious and not putting out no names. The players had already left the area by the time the police arrived, but they are expected to give official statement for the coming days. Following a request of the relevant authorities, the players will appear and provide official statements in their capacity as citizens. The club said, adding that all the internal discriminatory matters will be handled in line with the Partizan's internal rules. The club emphasized the players will were responding to unprovoked racial and verbal abuse, and their actions will be evaluated by law enforcement internally. Whoa. The club emphasized the players were responding to unprovoked racial and verbal abuse, and that their actions will be evaluated both by law enforcement and basically by the team. So the team, hey Cheyenne, how you doing? Hey man, how have you been? Look at us. We didn't let life run off. And man, I ain't talked to my best friend. Man, we haven't talked in like over 5-6 years. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Man, she just hit me with that. That came, you got me off guard with that one. Man, I miss you too. I miss you too. I got to see your sons, your kids. I didn't got my daughter, didn't got big. Man, we didn't let life run off on us. Let me finish this live up, man. Man, that just brought me back. Savannah State, SSU just all came crashing down in one moment. Dang. Hey, man, make sure y'all call your best friends. If you haven't talked to your best friends in a long time, call and tell them you love them. Just 2 minutes, 2 seconds to tell them you love them, because life ain't promised to nobody. None of this is promised. None of this is guaranteed. We never know. We never know who are important in our lives that we don't even know. We think that, maybe just, well, it's whatever. We'll probably catch up with them, whatever, and we haven't seen each other, and it don't really matter. They're not worried about me. But sometimes you never know if you were probably that one person that they found joy in, and you never know what people are going through in life. All it takes is just a hey bestie after 6 years to just bring back all the emotions of just gratitude and happiness of just a time in your life. Let it all come back for just a moment and just cherish that moment. Don't let that slip by. Don't take that for granted, because we all do. I do, clearly. I ain't talked to my best friend in 6-7 years. I could at least wrote on the stories or on a wall something, commented on a video something. Let her know I'm still alive. She's still alive. I still see her. I still love her. Guys, make sure y'all take care of yourself. That was pretty much the gist of what happened. I ain't gonna stay on here too long. I just wanted to cover this article about what was going on about these players. Y'all gotta understand. I'll tell y'all a quick story that relates before I end. That relates particularly kind of to this story, a little similar, a little different. Oh my God, I actually have multiple stories, but I'm gonna just leave one before heading out. So I remember I believe I was in Chile. I went out to a club, same thing in my city, went out to a club, hung out, and they got this thing called the after. After is pretty much the party after the party. So I went to this after, right? I was there. It's probably maybe 5 in the morning. That's the after. They go up till about 8. It's like you wouldn't even know it. It's like a big tin door in the middle of nowhere. It's like a bunch of abandoned buildings and buildings that's not being used around it, and then there's boom, you're in this you open up this door and you gotta go through another door, and it's like a whole little club down there, right? Just got done with the game. I'm out. I'm parlaying. My friends went back home. My teammates went back home. I was just out. Went to the after. Chilling. Got some eyes. Got some looks. You're going to. 1, I'm the only black person there. First and foremost. 2, I'm 6'7". I'm taller than every single person there. 3, the city's small. for pretty much, if you don't know me, somebody's going to tell you who I am when I'm in there, because you're the basketball player, you're the star of the city, everybody knows you. All the city people know you, all the men, all the women, most likely in that situation know you, and they're going to feel some type of way, because guess what? People like different. People like variety. People love black men overseas. They love the variety. It is what it is. I didn't do nothing. I'm just chilling. Female come up to me, wanted to be friendly, a little extra friendly, talking to me. I'm entertaining it. Next thing you know, her boyfriend pulls up, or her man or whatever, and just pulls her off. They get off. My fault, my bro. I ain't know. She choosing on me in front of you. These things happen. Your girl choosing on me in front of you, but you mad at me. Of course, they always gonna be mad at you. How am I supposed to know? And that time I didn't even know Spanish. So I'm not even talking or paying attention to nobody around me. I'm just out here having a good night, just enjoying myself, doing my 1-2, just bullying and chilling. Here I got somebody choosing on me, and I got a whole player, or I mean not player, a whole other person, her man right there, choosing on me. That's why you gotta keep your senses up. You got to be focused. You got to be locked in. You know why? Because you will find yourself in predicaments that you didn't even try to put yourself in. Now, I'm a person, I always say I put myself in every predicament, and I take full responsibility for everything that happens to me. Because at the end of the day, I chose to be out at that type of time. I chose to not focus on my surroundings and focus and see that old boy was with old girl. And that one little interaction, I could see him eyeing me kind of crazy. And I'm looking at him like, what you looking at me for? She chose me. As I'm leaving, they were leaving, we're all leaving. They get in their car. I'm waiting for an Uber. He pulls up next to me, pulls out a gun, shows me his gun, and speeds off. Now, that's not the first time someone ever pulled a gun out on me. I've had people pull a gun on me multiple times. In college, twice. And I ain't talking about just like show it, point it. Feel me? So for a person to just pull a gun up, it don't really scare me. It doesn't. You remember that, Cheyenne? Exactly. Pull the gun out right in front of me, rob me, put me at gunpoint. So for a person to just pull a gun up and speed off, I'm from Florida. We got guns. I grew up with guns. That's not going to scare me. But that ain't the point. The point is, you got to watch your back in the situations, because people are going to be envious of you, and you don't know how deep somebody envy going to go to hurt you for you just being you. I didn't even speak Spanish. I wasn't speaking. I wasn't parlaying and trying to do it. I was just standing there, just being me. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. You living and you being as great as you can possibly be, and somebody's going to hate on you and literally want to hurt you for you being you. Your light is going to affect their darkness. And they don't like that. They want to stay dark. They just don't want to see you shine. They will try to hurt you to see you shine. And that happens in all aspects of life. And that's just something we got to understand. In all aspects of life, we just got to keep being us. Keep being us, because that light is going to shine for the right people. And it's going to affect a lot of people. It's going to affect a lot of people in all aspects, because they just can't stand you being you. You ain't got to say a word. You ain't got to do a thing. You just got to keep being you. Let them hate. Let them envy. You watch yourself, watch your back. And you don't be so naive to believe that you aren't special and there aren't people that wants to take you out. Could be a coworker, could be an envious cousin, could be your mama. That's real talk. Could be your best friend, could be your wife, could be your boyfriend. The point is, focus on your energy inside and keep being great. Keep being the person that you are always meant to be. Keep grinding, keep striving, keep doing you. I love y'all. That's all I got, man. Cheyenne, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm glad to see you, or just even see you pop up here. I'll talk to you later. I love y'all. I'm out.